What is up, math scholars?
Whatty uppy, math scholars? It's 4-2 day 1. We're still doing slope-intercept form, so you're still not leaving the board until you have a slope placed in there and an intercept placed in there. What's going to be harder today is sometimes you have to solve for the intercept and the slope, both yourself. It's a little more challenging. Who's excited? It's Monday! 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 We're so happy it's Monday. Alright, so here's going to be your steps today. First thing you want to do is identify your given information, but mainly find your slope. Identify the slope. It's either going to be given or you're going to do the slope formula. So step 1, identify your slope. It will be given to you or you will need to do the slope formula. Step 2, find your y-intercept. That will also either be given to you or you'll need to solve it. Using an m, an x, and a y. So if you have your m and you have at least one x and y value, you could solve for b. And then finally, before you run to your seats, write everything in y equals mx plus b form. Alright, our first example, we're going to kind of sort through what they gave us and figure out what we need to find. It looks like they gave us a coordinate, -1, 3. So that's their way of giving us an x value and a y value. And then they give us our slope of -4. We are very lucky on this problem and the problems where they give us the slope, because that means we don't need to waste our time doing the slope formula. So as far as our 3 steps, step 1 is basically done. Our slope has been found. We have to do step 2, finding the y-intercept. So here is how that works. It's our first time ever doing this. You're going to do the formula y equals mx plus b. And you're going to put your 3 in for y, because that's a y coordinate. You're going to put your given slope in for m, because that is a slope. And then your x value is -1. Now what that does is it creates an equation that allows you to solve for b. Do you see it? Let's solve. What's -4 times -1?
4.
Good. And now how would I solve this? Divide, subtract, add. I'm solving for b. Subtract 4. Very good. So b is -1. And at this point, you have your m, you have your b, but you're not done yet. You have to compile your results in an equation in slope-intercept form. What would it look like? Anybody know?
Wait, yeah, wouldn't that be?
Oh, yeah, thank you. Save the day. All right, what would my final equation look like?
Scholar.
Yeah, you could do a plus -1 or you could do a -1. They're the same thing. Okay. Uh-oh, looking like we're getting a little bit harder. Let's look at what they've given us. We've got a -2x, or a -2,5. That's an x and a y value. And we've got a 2, -1. That's an x and a y value. So we need a slope and an intercept. Did they give us a slope? No. Did they give us the intercept? No. Oh, they're making us do so much work. All right, your first step always has to be to get that slope. Okay, so find your slope by doing your slope formula. I'm actually going to do y1 minus y2, because that allows me to do bigger minus smaller. 5 minus -1. And then I do have to stay in that same order, so -2 minus 2. So it looks like on the top it'll become a 6. On the bottom it'll be a -4. So I reduced that down to -3/2. So there's my slope. Nothing new. We've been doing slope for weeks.
Yeah.
This is what's new. Solving for b. So we're using that formula y equals mx plus b, but you really only have one space in your formula for one x value and one y value. So you have to pick your favorite coordinate. Sometimes if there's a coordinate that's all positives, I'll pick that one. In this case, there's not one better coordinate to pick, I don't think. You just want to use this as our favorite. Alright, we'll put the -1 in for y.
I like it.
I didn't like any of them either because they all had negatives in them, but it's okay.
Ouch.
So I put in my -1 for y, my -3/2 for m, and my 2 for x. And now I'm on my solving journey so I can get b. If you can't do this mentally, just put it in the calculator. But these 2's end up canceling, so it should be a -3. And then how do I finish? What do I do? Plus 3. So b is 2.
Yay.
We're done! But we're not running to our seats quite yet. Let's compile the results. Put your slope and intercept in. -3/2 is your slope. +2 is your intercept. So this one is a multiple choice problem, which allows us to do it in a much easier fashion. What I did is I took the f of 4 equals 9, made that a coordinate. Took the f of -4 equals -7, made that a coordinate. And then I just tested these coordinates in these different equations. Let's do divide and conquer. You guys test equation A and see if those two coordinates work in equation A.
It does.
You guys test equation B and see if it works in equation B. You guys test equation C and I'll test D. We'll report back on the findings. So I'm testing to see if my 4 9s work. And I can see right away it won't. So D's out of the question.
Boom, got him, it's A.
But we have since eliminated A because 2 times 4 plus 10 is not 9. Sarah, what are you testing? B? It is working for B? So Sarah just told me that 2 times 4 plus 1 is 9. That's correct. And that 2 times -4 plus 1 is -7. And that's correct too. So B. That one was just multiple choice. It didn't really fit into the full find slope intercept thing. Because you could test it by
better.
Yeah, plugging it in. Because a lot of times you just plug it in and figure it out.
I like hugging people.
Okay, I'll go like this to make it a little bit bigger. You're going to be finding your slope first, finding your intercept second, and not running to your seat until you've compiled all the results, okay?
Alright,
hello people in the video. I was super impressed because every single set of board buddies got this right, and these are hard problems.
That's right, Elon's up there.
Y minus Y, X minus X. So, well, this is a problem here. Are these two Y values?
No.
No. So they happen to get the right answer doing the wrong work, which was a freaky coincidence. So let's fix their work.
Wrecked.
Y minus Y, X minus X would be a 6 over -6. It's still a -1, but now the work is correct if I'm saving it online later, which I do. Then you pick your favorite XY. It looks like this group actually picked this one as their favorite. The -2 went in for Y, the -1 went in for M, the 1 went in for X. You multiply these together, get a -1, and add it to the other side. Good job. And I appreciate that you compiled your results before you went and sat down. Good job.
You're welcome.
Questions?
No.
Let's send up 8 more people. Okay, let's see how this went. We did pretty good job at taking the -2, 10, and 4, -2, putting it in coordinate form. Let me check their work on their slope. 10 minus -2 is 12. I don't see that 12 number written up here though. -2 minus -4 is -6. I don't see that written up here. But the slope is correct. -2 is the slope. Now, what did you use as your favorite coordinate? This one here?
Yeah.
So you put the 10 in for Y, a -2 in for X. That ends up being, you're just not showing a lot of your work. And then B ends up being 6 because you subtract the 4 over. I mean, I think you got the right answer, but your work is atrocious. Where did you compile your final equation? You didn't?
No, we did.
They were too busy writing high spellers. So the final equation is Y equals -2X plus 6. So I think this is it. It's just kind of messy.
And also, Brent wrote before when I was also writing.
I did not.
All right, Y equals -2X plus 6.
Together?
Together time. Your gym membership. Your gym membership costs $33 per month after the initial membership fee. Stop right there. How do you think I can use that 33 to help me? It's actually the slope. You're right. It'll be 33x. Y equals 33x plus b. You paid a total of 228 after 6 months. Stop right there. So here's what's weird. It's not 228 comma 6. It's 6 comma 228. You always want your dollar amount to be a y value. Okay, it's called a dependent variable. So it's going to be 6 as my x value, 228 as my y value, and that's going to help me solve for b. So stick your 228 here, your 6 right here. This is the one that you need the calculator for. Michaela was saying, do we need a calculator? This is the only one the numbers get kind of big. What's 33 times 6? Anybody have a calculator?
Yeah, it's easy, dude.
198. And then you're going to subtract the 198 over. So what's 228 minus 198? Now before I run to my seat, I need a final equation that has my m and my b in it. Y equals mx plus b. Oh, I almost stopped too early. Find the total cost after a 9-month membership. Just stick your 9 right there. So 33 times 9 plus 30. How much is that going to be? Calculator owners, we need your help. 33 times 9 plus 30. 33 plus 90. Ethan's got us. 327 for a 9-month membership. That's a cheap gym. 327 for a 9-month membership. Hey, people at home, we're going to call it a day, but I'm going to show them real quick where to find the homework. I don't know if this will show up in the video. Probably won't, but whoop, close your eyes there. You're going to go into Polaris. You're going to go into the course, Algebra 1. Look for the purple pumpkin thing. There it is, pumpkin pie. Go to Chapter 4, which is the purple folder, and then go to the yellow homework folder. And you got to keep track of what lesson you're on. We're on lesson 4-2, day 1. 4-2, day 1. And it's not too long. I was helping to people on it today in the library, and it's only about 8 questions, I think. Thanks for watching the video.